my hoop, bro. Sounds on crank, AC on the fridge, so you know I'm rolling windows down, yo. Beer on tuck when I'm rolling, keep it humble, watching for these laws, cause you know they're clocking for the fumble. A broke boy trying to make it out this jungle, got hope for the bundle, Lord, keep me out of trouble. Hard enough on the straight and narrow, nigga ain't trying to fumble like some bitch, but I swear I'm down for the rumble. I'm just a broke boy with dreams like a dope boy, but life can be a bitch sometimes like oh boy, but I rap for mine like Simple 5 when they deploy. Real niggas stand 10 toes when life tries to destroy. Pride comes before the fall, watch the heavens a trizoid. A way to get sis, but tell me how can you enjoy when you never been annoyed and shit it on like a busboy? The last shot be first, so don't trip when you the McCoy in this furnace of affliction. Ain't tripping off these decoys. If I see low showing up, these boys coons like Bruce Leroy. Call me boy and I'll destroy. Ego, your hubris I'll enjoy. Like zebra cakes to a fat boy. Rolling in my hoop, bro. Sounds on crank, AC on the fridge, so you know I'm rolling windows down, yo. Beer on tuck when I'm rolling, keep it humble, watching for these laws, cause you know they're clocking for the fumble. A broke boy trying to make it out this jungle, got hope for the bundle, Lord, keep me out of trouble. Hard enough on the straight and narrow, nigga ain't trying to fumble like some bitch, but I swear I'm down for the rumble. Keep it pushing when you taking L's all the time. When your life's on the line, all you gotta do is grind. Baby boy, keep it pushing, it'll all come in time. Don't sweat these haters on your line, and every dozen there's a dime. So know all these hoes come with shine. If one trip, there's another one for sure on the horizon line. Daddy jeans progressing me, mama on her knees praying, cause I'm in these streets like sesame, no felonies. No, I'm surrounded by people in dichotomy. Do the poor decision based off of this economy. Don't feel you on the break, cursing Deuteronomy. These crackers got blacks and Hispanics in autonomy. Just follow me. Rolling in my hoop, bro. Sounds on crank, AC on the fridge, so you know I'm rolling windows down, yo. Beer on tuck when I'm rolling, keep it humble, watching for these laws, cause you know they're clocking for the fumble. A broke boy trying to make it out this jungle, got hope for the bundle, Lord, keep me out of trouble. Hard enough on the straight and narrow, nigga ain't trying to fumble like some bitch, but I swear I'm down for the rumble.
All right. Clap it up. All right, it's Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? It is Monday. What is Monday? Monday is the history breakdown class where we use external sources to back up what is the internal source known as the Kodash Biblios or the Holy Bible. You understand? We are currently in the week of a God-forsaken, unholy day. You understand? We're on the week of Thanksgiving. You understand? Today, we're going to take a break from our normal breakdown and get into the history of Thanksgiving. You understand? Why are you celebrating Thanksgiving? What was Thanksgiving created for? What is the purpose of it? And why is it something that is pushed upon our people to perpetually serve? You understand? You know, you gather with your family, you think it's, you know, we all gonna hold hands and tell one another what we thankful for, you know what I'm saying, for the year. But that's not at all what Thanksgiving is about. Thanksgiving is actually shrouded in mass murder of your people. You understand? Not only mass murder of your people, but thievery, lying, and wickedness. You understand? So before we get into the breakdown of what Thanksgiving is, you understand? Let's get a little understanding on why what happened during Thanksgiving happened, right? Let's go to give me Genesis 27, and you're gonna start at verse 27. Let me pull it up on the screen for him. Let's see. That's Genesis 27. You're going to start at verse 27. Let's see. Genesis 27. Boom, boom, boom. Verse 27. You got it out?
Come on.
All right. Go ahead and read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 27. And he came near and kissed him.
And he did what?
Kissed him.
Mm-hmm.
And he smelled the smell of his remnant, and blessed him, and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed.
Now, what's going on right now? This is the blessing from Isaac to Jacob. You understand? So he's thinking that Jacob is Esau, right? So a lot of people say, Jacob, was cunning, and he lied, to get the birthright from Esau, but that's not the case. You understand? Esau traded his birthright for a meager morsel of uncooked red meat stew. You understand? And this is Jacob taking back what's rightfully his. All right, keep reading.
Verse 28. Therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven.
So what belonged to Jacob is what? The dew of heaven. What's the dew of heaven? What's the dew of heaven? First off, what is dew?
It's moisture.
Okay, where does this moisture reside? Where do you see dew at?
On the plants, on all vegetational fauna.
Right. So this dew is moisture that nourishes the ground. Right? So he has the dew of heaven, right? So the nourishment of the Lord that feeds the earth, right? So that's one part of the blessing. He got the dew of heaven. All right, go ahead.
And the fatness of the earth.
And the fatness of the earth. Now, what is the fatness of the earth? Give me an example.
All the minerals.
Where? Okay, there you go. What?
All the minerals, precious metals, all the stuff.
So the minerals, precious metals, oil. You understand? All the different ores in the ground, zinc. You know what I'm saying? Aluminum, all that stuff. You understand? So the fatness of the earth, you understand, belongs to him as well. The dew of heaven, you understand, everything that falls from the sky, you understand, and then also everything that's under the ground. Keep reading. And just in case you didn't know how important that is, the fatness of the earth, they killed Gaddafi for that. You know what I'm saying? Gaddafi was about to start a centralized bank in Africa backed behind the natural resources that was in the ground. You understand? Africa has the richest natural resources on the earth. You understand? They got all the zinc that's in your computer chips and in your cell phone, they all come from one place, Africa. You understand? The silver, you understand? The gold, the diamonds, the rubies, you understand? Like when Queen Elizabeth died, they had a meme of a picture of her having the crown on and her scepter, And every piece of jewelry on there, they showed where that precious metal or gold was stolen from. You understand? And all of it was somewhere in Africa. You understand? But Gaddafi was going to make a centralized bank backed by the natural resources that were in the ground in Africa. They killed him because it would have made Great Britain and the United States a third world country overnight. You understand? Because we don't have no natural resources over here. We're exporters. We make money being the middleman in trade embargo. You understand? That's why whenever United States has an issue with someone, they cut off trade embargo for that country, so they can't make no money. You understand? You can't move your resources. You need us to move your resources. You know what I'm saying? But when Gaddafi was going to do that, he's about to take a knife to America and Great Britain's throat. And they was going to die. You understand? They was going to look like Sierra Leone. You know what I'm saying? People's going to be walking around here with the flies on them, with the swole stomachs. You know what I'm saying? Overnight. But keep reading.
And plenty of corn and wine. Verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee.
So let the what?
Let people serve thee,
Mm-hmm.
and nations bow down to thee.
Mm-hmm.
Be Lord over thy breath.
Be Lord over thy what?
Thy breath.
Thy what?
Thy breath.
Thy what?
Thy breath.
You know what I'm saying? His brethren is Esau. You know what I'm saying? The white man. You feel me? That's who his brethren is. You know what I'm saying? And his kindred. You know what I'm saying? His other kindred. You know, the Elamites. You know what I'm saying? All the other Shemites. You know what I'm saying? And he got the blessing that Abraham got. So his servants are the Canaanites. All of that. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Let thy mother bow down to thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thy mother's son bow down to
thee. Mm-hmm.
Cursed be everyone that curses thee.
Mm-hmm.
And blessed be he that blesses thee.
Uh-huh. Keep reading.
Verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce, going out from the presence of Isaac from his father, that Esau, his brother, came in from his hunting.
You understand? All right, so I want you to drop down to drop down to 30, drop down to 32. Yeah.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 32.
Uh-huh.
And Isaac, his father, said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn, Esau. Verse 33. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Who?
That's how you know this some niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Who's you? What you say? Huh? What? He put who? You who? No, Esau just left. Who's what? You Esau. Oh, he's like, oh hell. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Who?
He's like, who? Go ahead.
Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me? And brought it me. And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. Verse 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried.
He did what?
He cried.
He did what?
He cried.
He did what?
He cried.
You know what I'm saying? Just like a Karen and a Steven. You know what I'm saying? When they don't get their way, they cry. You understand? They cry wolf. What you crying for? So you thought your word didn't matter. You was like, oh, what do I care about my birthright when I'm about to die of hunger? You wasn't about to die of hunger. You was just impatient. You understand? So now that you found out that your word is your bond, now you want to cry because you don't get no birthright. You sold it. You understand? That's just like a white man to throw a rock and hide his hand. I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Why are you blaming me? That's Esau. You understand? He threw the rock. The rock was his birthright. He threw it. He didn't care about it. You know what I'm saying? And now he's trying to hide his hand, and the Lord was wiser than him. Keep reading.
Cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry.
You know what I'm saying? That's the ugly cry with the snot. You know what I'm saying? That's the cry when you knock the paws into somebody. You like, you know what I'm saying? He had the ugly cry. He was bitter as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't have nothing to show for when his father was about to leave. Read.
And said unto his father, bless me, even me also.
Mm-hmm.
O Father.
Oh, my father.
O my father.
Uh-huh.
Verse 35. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy birth, thy blessing.
You know what I'm saying? How did he come with subtlety? It wasn't your blessing no more. You sold your blessing. You know what I'm saying? We're reading this so you can understand the spirit of the white man. He is a liar. You understand? He is a dishonest liar. Your brother shouldn't have had to come in there with subtlety to get what's rightfully his. You should have told your dad that you sold your birthright, and it goes rightfully to your younger brother, Jacob. You understand? That would have been righteous. But no, you're not righteous. You a liar. You a thief. You understand? You're not a man of your word. You make a treaty and you break it, just like you did with the Native Americans. The white man made 300 treaties with the Native Americans and broke every single last one of them. Every single last one of them, man. And we're going to get into that today. Because he is the same now as he was then, dealing with our forefather Jacob, who became Israel. Read.
Verse 36. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times.
You know what I'm saying? He said these 2 times. Like, how did he supplant you? You gave it away. Like the song said, give it away, give it away, give it away now. You know what I'm saying? You was having a fire sale. You know what I'm saying? By the fire. You know what I'm saying? You said the birthright must go. You know what I'm saying? Because you felt that you was about to die. You felt that you was about to utterly perish, man. Keep reading.
He took away my birthright. And behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? Verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord.
He has done what?
I have made him thy Lord.
You understand? Understand this is why the white man hates you. You understand? Because you're their Lord. They know that you're their Lord. They know that we are naturally better than them in every single way. You know what I'm saying? When they step to you and you look them dead in their eye, they cower. You understand? You got a voice of many waters, man. Everything they have to kill themselves in the gym to do what you're naturally good at. You understand? They have to steal patents of ideas that come to you in a pivot. I don't want to be out here picking cotton. Let me make a cotton gin. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know a white man didn't come up with that. Why would a white man need a way that's easier to pick cotton? He had us. You know what I'm saying? We always got hacks to make our jobs easier. You understand? And they steal our patents, man, or they steal our ideas and take them to the patent office and say we came up with it. Like the street light. You understand? The telephone. You understand? Everything that we do, they take from us because the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven is ours. No matter where we go, no matter what condition that we're in, we can be at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make that bottom wide and make room in that thing. You understand? We gonna make something out of nothing, like oxtails, like barbacoa, like lingua. You understand? The cheek meat, the beef tongue, the tail of the ox. You understand? Because that's who we are. And we can turn it into a fine delicacy. Like oxtails per pound is at an all-time high because of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? They damn near $3 a pound, so Paul. You know what I'm saying? Like, they used to throw them things away. You understand? Keep reading.
And all his brethren have I given to him for servants.
For what?
For servants.
For what?
For servants.
You understand? So the white man is a servant unto you. You understand? Keep reading.
And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?
38.
Verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
And what?
And wept.
And what?
And wept.
Oh, make sure you turn. I don't think you got the mic thing on. I was wondering why I couldn't hear you. Hit the power thing on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's that part's on right there.
It's red.
It's red. Is it plugged in? What's not plugged in? What's missing? Yeah, just plug it in. You good? No. Just plug it in. There you go. There we go. All right, let's get back to it. Verse 38. They was able to hear you from proximity of my mic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Give that brother an awesome job for the great reading he's doing. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get back to it. Verse 38.
Verse 38.
Mm-hmm.
And Esau said unto his father,
There you go.
hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Verse 39.
He did what?
And wept.
You know what I'm saying? He lifted up his voice, his father, and cried like a little girl, man. Because he ain't have nothing. You understand? You feel me? Keep reading.
Verse 39. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
His what?
Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
Now, to Jacob was given the fatness of the earth. You understand? The fatness of the earth is Esau's dwelling. You understand? Just like how Japheth lived under the tents of Shem. You understand? Just like Isaac, you understand, got the covenant, you understand, and Ishmael just got a blessing. You understand? So Jacob was given the fatness of the earth, the place where Esau dwells. Because you're your brother's servant. So you're going to dwell in the places that he owns. Just like Japheth did with Shem. Keep reading.
And of the dew of heaven from above.
You understand? So his dwelling place is the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. Keep reading.
Verse 40. And by thy sword shall thy live.
By thy what?
Thy sword shall thou live.
By thy what?
Sword.
You understand? So the only way that Esau can gain in this world is by the sword. The only way that he can gain any of the fatness of the earth is by the sword. The only way he can gain any of the dew of heaven is by the sword. You understand? Which is why the America has boots on 800 different locations across the world. No other nation has that many stations in America. But we got a military base on every nation and country and continent on the face of the earth, man. You understand? And he did that by the sword. You understand? And he's taking the fatness of the earth. He's taking the gold from Africa. You understand? He's taking the oil from the Middle East and from South and Central America and the gold from South and Central America. He's taking the silver, the zinc. You understand? He's done all of these things by way of the sword. You understand? That's the only way that he can come up, by murdering. You understand? He was a murderer from the beginning. You understand? Just like the spirit of Cain. You feel me? Go ahead, Sapar.
Salakia, if I may, sir. So with America, like with their prophecy in Revelation, like America is the little horn, right?
No, America is the whore that sits on the red dragon.
The whore that sits on the red dragon. Okay, because I was thinking about the.
Oh, you talking about one of the 10 horns that comes out of the dragon?
Cant.
Yes. America is one of those 10 horns. Yes.
Cant.
But the whore of Babylon, that the scarlet whore that rides the dragon, you understand? That's America.
So America is the worst of the worst out of all the 10 horns.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's a whore. She is in bed with every nation upon the face of the earth. You understand? That's why it said in Revelations, when she go up in smoke, that the nations will be in mourning, because all of their trade and embargo is with America. You understand? So they can't make no more money like they was making money. You understand? Because Great Britain and America have their own stock exchanges. They are the trade embargo for the world. When they go up in smoke, it's over. You understand? Everybody relegated to their own corner. Let's get back to it.
And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother.
And do what?
Shalt serve thy brother.
You understand? Just like Canaan got mad at the outcome and tried to usurp the authority, you understand? Esau don't want to be the servant. He don't want to be a servant. You understand? He wants to be the man. Read.
And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Now, this is where we are now. Esau has dominion over the earth, and he has broken the yoke from around his neck. You understand? And he fighting like hell not to get that fetter put back around his neck. He is fighting like hell. That's why he stripped our culture, our names, our language. You understand? Took our children and put them in boarding school, made it illegal for them to speak their native tongue. You understand? For them to keep their feast days, for them to even profess their nationality. You understand? You got caught getting circumcised, they'll throw you headlong from the top of a building. You know what I'm saying? Also, they can usurp their authority and dominance and elongate it. elongate their time of rulership. Because the scripture says that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the world that followed thereafter. Right? Read.
Verse 41. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 41.
Mm-hmm.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
And Esau did what?
Hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his
Say
father
it one more time.
hated.
Esau did what?
Hated Jacob.
He hated Jacob. You understand? He hated him with all of his heart. You understand? That's how the white man feels about you. He hates you because of your blessing. He hates you because of the covenant that the Lord has given to you. You understand? He hates you with all of his heart. Keep reading.
Hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
And that's where we at. You understand? And it's been on ever since. You feel me? Now, go to what I sent to you, Yakubad. Go to what I sent you. You're gonna start, you just gonna start at the first image. Hold on. Yeah, where it says Captain Miles. Captain Miles Standish. It should be the first one. It might have sent it backwards. Go to the last one. It should start, it should say Captain Miles Standish, the leader of the Pilgrims.
Pilgrim Miles Standish.
You got it?
Pilgrim Miles Standish.
All right, go ahead.
Pilgrim.
So now what we'll be about to get into, the history of Thanksgiving, man. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you got your britches on tight, because we about to uncover the lies of Thanksgiving and show you what it really is. It is disgusting. It is despicable. It is wicked. And that same spirit that we just read about Esau in Genesis, that his dwelling is in the fatness of the earth, you understand? And in the dew of heaven, and the only way that his way is the sword, that's the only way that he can move about in here. He can't even take care of himself. We had to teach him how to live. We had to teach him how to take care of himself. We had to teach him agriculture so he wouldn't die. You understand? How to survive in this area of the world. Go ahead, read.
Pilgrim Miles Standish went to the Indians, pretended to be a trader, and then beheaded an Indian man named Walmart. He bought the head to Plymouth.
No. It should start off, Captain Miles Standish, the leader of the Pilgrims, invited Squanto. You have it?
Okay, let me see. So okay.
You got it?
I'm gone, sir.
All right, let's go.
Captain Miles Standish, the leader of the Pilgrims, invited Squanto, Somerset, Massasoit, the leader of the Wampanoags, and their immediate family to join them for a celebration. As the Thanksgiving feast began, the Pilgrims were overwhelmed at the large turnout of 90 relatives to Squanto and Somerset brought with them. The Pilgrims were not prepared to feed a gathering of people that large for 3 days.
Now, let me give you the precursor. All right. So the settlers came up from Peru. You understand? They landed in Plymouth, right? So Squanto was previously taken captive in 1609, and he was taken to Spain, where he learned the language. He learned Spanish and he learned Portuguese, right? And his master, who was a person that was a merchant, sent him back, right? So when the news in Wampanoag, right? Because when the settlers came, when they took Squanto the first time, the people that were there, Squanto's tribe, were wiped out by disease that were brought over by the white man, right? So when he came back, Wampanoag took him under his wing. You understand? And because he's a distant kin, you know what I'm saying? He's the tribe next over, right? So when the Pilgrims came, right, Squanto, he knew their language. So he was an emissary between the Native Americans, which are the Gadites, and the Reubenites, right? Between them and the Pilgrims. So when they first came over here, they could not, they were dying of sickness, you understand, because they were drinking the waters from the river. You understand? They had no food, you understand? So they were just scavenging. So they had to teach them agriculture, teach them how to make homes in this climate, and teach them the ways of the land so they would not die. So when the harvest came, they wanted to show appreciation to the Native Americans, so they told Squanto. So Squanto told Wampanoag. So they came, 90 deep. And they was like, well, we didn't think it was going to be that many y'all that was going to come. Now, you told Squanto that if y'all want to show appreciation to the Native Americans for teaching y'all how to live so that y'all wouldn't die, and that y'all want to break bread with them coming. You understand? But just like a white man, that's the first treaty. He's like, man, we going to cook for y'all. We don't got enough. Right? Keep reading.
The Pilgrims were not prepared to feed a gathering of people that large for 3 days. Seeing this, Massasoit gave orders to his men within the first hour of his arrival to go home and get more food. Thus, it happened that the Indians supplied the majority of the food. Contrary to the fabricated lore of storytellers, generations, no pilgrims prayed at the meal.
They did what?
No pilgrims prayed at the meal.
You know what I'm saying? We don't pray how y'all pray. You understand? We don't pray the same God like y'all pray. You understand? What we do is we serve the Lord, but y'all said that y'all wanted to break bread with us, so that's what we gonna do. You understand? Go ahead.
What's more, they consumed a good deal of home brew. In fact, each pilgrim drank at least half a gallon of beer a day.
They did what?
Drank at least half a gallon of beer a day.
You know what I'm saying? They drank half a gallon of beer a day. You know what I'm saying? And what happened when they drank half a gallon of beer a day?
Which they preferred even to water.
Mm-hmm.
This daily inebriation led their governor, William Bradford, to comment on his people's notorious sin.
Their what sin?
His people's notorious sin.
His people's what sin?
His people's notorious sin.
Let's find out what notorious sin they was doing when all they did was drink beer that the Native Americans taught them how to make. They drunk beer like you supposed to drink water. You understand? Which caused them to sin notoriously. Let's find out what type of notorious sins they was committing.
Which included their drunkenness and uncleanness and rampant sodomy.
No, rampant what?
Sodomy. Rampant sodomy.
Rampant what?
Sodomy.
Rampant what?
Rampant sodomy.
You know what I'm saying? You know what sodomy is?
Kind out of one kind.
You know what I'm saying? Sodomy is named infamously after a place in the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? They were rod smiths, man. Because you got to understand, when they sent pilgrims over here, see, they like to show the pilgrims as Slacky. They like to show the pilgrims as this people that were just discoverers. You know what I'm saying? That they were looking for a new world. No, that's not the type of people that were coming over. This was not the sophisticated class. The same people they sent over here is the same people they sent to Australia. The worst of the worst, the bottom of the bottom. You understand? Robbers, murderers, killers. You understand? And they sent men over here. It wasn't no women. You understand? This was the prison. This was a prison for them. The United States of America, the people they sent over here, you understand, were prisoners. You understand? What do they do in prison? Somebody tell me. What do they do in prison? You understand? Because ain't no women in prison. Go ahead.
They rape men.
They rape men. You understand? So they were notorious booty bandits. You understand? They were notorious for raping each other. You understand? Go ahead, Sapar.
Salakia, if I may, sir, with these facts you're bringing out, it seems like the LGBT has a foundation in this country with a government.
Oh yeah, because this is a nation of booty warriors, a nation of booty bandits. All right, you understand? This is how they get down. You know what I'm saying? They pull up on something they like to be like, I like it and I want it. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. If you're like, oh, I see you want to do it the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Your name is Chris Handsome, but I'm going to call you Chris Handsome. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? This is how they get down, bro. It's horrible. You know what I'm saying? Go to the next one. The next one, it has the end of that paragraph, rampant sodomy, and it goes on from there.
Okay. Later, as the pilgrims grew in number, they started showing intolerance to Indians and their religion.
They showed intolerance to the Indians and they what?
Religion.
You understand? They hated the Most High. You understand? They hated our feast days. You understand? Because light cannot dwell with darkness. Light cannot dwell in darkness. You understand? Keep reading.
The relationship deteriorated.
The relationship did what?
Deteriorated.
It did what?
Deteriorated.
It did what?
Deteriorated.
You understand? Keep reading.
Any Indian who came within the vicinity of the pilgrims' settlement was subjected to robbery.
Was subjected to what?
Robbery.
To what?
Robbery.
You understand? They were subjected to robbery. And what else?
Enslavement.
And what?
Enslavement.
Enslavement. You understand? So not only if you got too close, you know what I'm saying, they was going to rob you because they hated your God. You understand? They hated you so much. They hated you because you had the means to help them. You want to know why? Because to you was given the fatness of the earth. To you was given the dew of heaven. And for them, the fatness of the earth was a dwelling place. The dew of heaven was a dwelling place. So they didn't know how to live with the land. They just knew how to live and squat on the land. We had the wisdom and knowledge how to live in harmony with nature in balance. The scripture says that when the righteous are in rulership, that the world rejoice. You understand? They hated you for how great and majestic and royal that you are. You understand? You were a noble people. Keep reading.
Or even murder.
or even what?
Murder.
You understand? So they like I told you, they was booty bandits. You understand? They was booty warriors. So all they knew how to do was rob, kill, and steal. The same way that they was notoriously sinning amongst each other. You understand? They would rob each other and steal from each other. And if you didn't want to give it up, they killed each other. So what you think they're going to do with you? You understand? Keep reading.
The Pilgrims further advertised their evil intentions.
They did what?
Further advertised their evil intentions.
Mm-hmm.
When they mounted 5 cannons on a hill around their settlement, constructed a platform for artillery, and then organized their soldiers in 4 companies.
Now what you think they gonna now? If you got guns, you understand? What you gonna do with guns? I mean, you don't buy a gun just to let it sit on the rack all oiled up and looking shiny as some ornament, right? I know I don't. You know what I'm saying? I bought the day I bought my Glock 19X, I ran 300 rounds through it. You know what I'm saying? Broke that thing in nice. You feel me? You don't buy artillery just for it to chill. You buy it to use. Read.
All companies in preparation for military destruction of the Native American Indians.
For for preparation for what?
Destruction of the Native American Indians.
You understand? They developed 4 companies, set up cannons to destroy the very people that helped them settle. Go ahead, Sapar.
Salakia, if I may, sir. So the pilgrims, did they get reinforcements from Europe to bring more supplies and guns?
No, this all came with them.
So all this, the ammunition they had.
So
came with them.
the next envoy that came did not come later. When the Protestants came and they established Massachusetts. Right? We're gonna get to that too. But no, we talking about the original ones that came over here.
And those was like on the Penta and the Santa Mayflower and stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we're dealing right now with the Pilgrims. What you talking about is when the Puritans came. We gonna get to that too. Because they was even more evil and wicked than the Pilgrims. You understand?
Right.
Let's go. Was that the end of that page?
Kind of.
All right, no sweat. So let's go to the next one. All right. It's gonna show the end of that paragraph and the beginning of the next paragraph. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. So understand they hate you so much. You understand? Because you're a source to give resources. They don't want to be under your thumb. They don't want to have to come to you for everything. But the interesting thing is they make you a slave and they need you for everything. You understand? They can't do nothing without you. Who you think work? Sapar, you work in who work in the warehouse?
Sure, us.
You know what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics work in the warehouse, man.
Damn right. Just us and got one so-called white man. That's it.
You feel me? He the supervisor, probably.
Well, he's what I'm saying, the one to get the easy jobs, basically.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like every warehouse job that I done gone to, you understand, or I mean UPS, USPS, FedEx, Comcast, Dish Network, Time Warner, Cox, you understand, Center Point. You understand? It's us out there. We the bottom that hold up the top. Because to us was given the fatness of the earth. We figure out how to work things out. Keep reading.
Pilgrim Miles Standish went to the Indians, pretended to be a traitor, and then beheaded an Indian man named Watamama.
He did. Hold on. He did. He went to. He pretended to be a what?
A traitor.
You understand? Again, remember, this is Esau. He's a liar. You understand? He's gonna tell you, I promise. You understand? And then he's gonna turn around. He's gonna smash your head with a rock. Because he promised his birthright and blessing to Jacob, right? And he got mad when Jacob got what was due to him, got what was owed to him. And then what he said when the time of mourning was up for his father, what he was going to do, he's going to seek to slay Jacob. You understand? So he had came in from his hunt, dying of thirst, dying of hunger. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, give me something to eat. Jacob was like, man, it ain't even ready yet. He's like, I don't care. He's like, well, shoot, man, give me your birthright. He's like, what do I care about a birthright and I'm about to die? You understand what I'm saying? So just like with Jacob, you know, we making sure we straight, we cooking to make sure we got some food. You understand? And we share with you. We trade. Okay, so you want some food. I need something for this food. We bartering. Trade and embargo. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm making good on what you traded for the food, now you're mad? I was a source that gave you a resource. Just like the Native Americans were a source that gave them a resource. And they sought to kill them for it. It's the same story of Jacob and Esau all over again. That's why if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it, man. Keep reading.
Named Wattawamat.
Mm-hmm.
He brought the head to Plymouth, where it was displayed on a wooden spike for many years.
For what?
For many years.
Mm-hmm.
Standish had the Indian man's young brother hanged from the rafters for good measure.
You know what I'm saying? So he beheaded one, put his head on a spike, and then he lynched the other one. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know we the same people. They've been doing the same thing to us since they got here. That's why I tell a lot of y'all, like, a lot of y'all don't believe me. Like, I don't understand how Blacks and Hispanics celebrate Thanksgiving and you literally, all y'all got Native American in y'all family. You understand? They practice lynching with the Native Americans and they mastered it with the Hispanics and the Blacks. Go ahead, Sapar.
Salika, sir, if I may, it's just mind-boggling to me. Like, how is this devil? How is this witchcraft is just so strong? You know, what I'm saying, for our people not to see their deeds and wake up from it. You know what I mean? It's just dang. I mean, you know, the Israelite School Universal and Practical Knowledge is here trying to wake our people, but it seems like they want to stay with this devil. It's just mind-boggling.
Well, brother, it is written in the Bible. It says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge."
Hosea 4:6.
Yeah, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Matter of fact, pull that, Sapar. I want you to read that whole thing. You understand? Like, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. They've been lynching us since they got off the Mayflower. You understand? It's always been too little, too late with them. They called us for a feast. You understand? And be like, oh, we can't feed all of y'all. So we had to go bring the food for the feast to feed our own people and them.
And it's like it's true. That sound like segregation in the South.
Come on, man. Come on, man. We making sure they good at the big house, and then we go home and cook our food in our house.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Read that. Read Hosea 4:6.
And I'm gonna come to the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because they have what?
Has rejected knowledge.
There's an answer to your question right there, Sapar. The reason why our people are in the condition that we're in right now, even though the I.S.U.P.K is out here week after week, month after month, year after year, is because they reject knowledge. Our people are respecters of person. That's why when Kyrie and Kanye come out and say we the real Jews, we the real Israelites, we can't be anti-Semitic because we are Semitic. I'm like, man, y'all heard that? We the real Jews. Man, y'all watch that documentary, Hebrews, the Negroes? Nigga, we've been calling y'all Hebrews since 1969. We've been telling Negroes that y'all the tribe of Judah since 1969. We've been telling the Native Americans, you understand, that y'all either Reuben or Gad. You understand? We've been telling Puerto Ricans that they Ephraim since 1969. Right. But they are not likened to give an ear to the poor. You understand? We are the poor righteous teachers. You understand? They did the ruling class, they didn't listen to Elijah. They fought up against Elijah. Elijah had to rain down fire from heaven on 400 prophets of Baal. You understand? They sought to kill Elijah. They sought to kill Elisha. You understand? They sought to kill the priests and prophets of the Lord so much that Obadiah had to hide the last 50 prophets of the Lord, of the Most High God, in caves. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Our own people hate the Lord.
Oh, so
they reject knowledge. You understand? Because for you to accept that you're an Israelite means that you can't smoke weed no more. For you to accept that you're an Israelite means that you can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster no more. Man, I saw the most disgusting thing on Facebook today. You understand? Like, I never liked crackling, which is pork rinds, right? I saw a video of how that thing is made. They pour boiling hot oil on the skin of a pig, of a roasted pig, and it's the blistering of the skin that you're eating. They're eating the blistering of the skin. I mean, it's disgusting. You understand? You know how when you get like a real good burn and your skin boiling up, that's what you eat on a pig. See, to be an Israelite means you can't eat that. To be an Israelite means that you can't be a homosexual. To be an Israelite means that you can't hate your brother or hate your sister. That you got to actually talk and work it out. You can't ride down and gun them down. You understand? To be an Israelite means that you can't celebrate Halloween. You can't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can't celebrate a birthday. You can't celebrate Christmas. To be an Israelite means that you have to be Quadash, holy, which means separate, man. You got to separate yourself from everybody else. If it means your family, oh well, so be it. Christ said, who is my mother? Who are my brothers? Those that do the will of my Father, those are my mother. Those are my brothers.
Right.
You understand? Think I give a damn if I don't show up to Thanksgiving or the 4th of July? Talking about that's the only time where our family get together? Well, that's a damn lie. Y'all all got PTO. So you mean to tell me the only time we can get together is when the white man tell us we can? God forbid. I'll be damned. You understand? I'm here, rain, sleet, snow at this school for my people. PTO or not. What are you here for? Keep reading.
Hosea 4:6.
No, back to the story breaking down Thanksgiving.
From that time on, the whites were known to the Indians of Massachusetts by their name, Wattawan Quanach, which in their tongue meant cutthroats and stabbers.
Hold on, go to the did I pass it up? Go well wait, hold on, let me see. Well, read that part again. They're known as what?
Wattawan Quanach, which in their tongue meant cutthroats and stabbers.
You understand? They also call them something else. You understand? They call them Wasaku. You understand? You know what that means? That means basically it means non-native, greedy. You understand? Not of the land. Like, I'm gonna have to remember this one. Watu Kawinge. You know what I'm saying? Cutthroats and stabbers. I know Watsuku. I know that one. I'm sorry, Wasakwa. I know that one. You know what I'm saying? I hear them say that one all the time. That's like when Hispanics call you gringo. You know what I'm saying? All right, go to the next one. The next one is Pilgrim Miles Standish. Okay, cool. So yeah, read that part. Start where what they call them cutthroats and stabbers, and then yeah, you go, bam, there you go. Let's do it.
Watawa Winge, which in their tongue meant cutthroats and stabbers.
Mm-hmm.
A monument in Wymont redirected in 1923. To commemorate the 300th anniversary of the settlement.
Mm-hmm.
Still bears testimony to the encounter between the natives and the white settlers under Miles Standish that killed Indian chief Peckasolt and Watawamut in March 1623.
Mm-hmm.
By the mid 1630s, a new group of 700 even holier Europeans called themselves Puritans.
All right. So now we get into it, Sapar. All right. So now, you know what I'm saying? The reinforcements are here. You know what I'm saying? And it said even holier Europeans called themselves European. Brother, let me tell you something about these Puritans. You know what I'm saying? They were called Puritans because they purify. You understand? Basically, this like the quote unquote Christian crusades where you would this is an extension of that, or the Spanish Inquisition. You know what I'm saying? Convert or die. Okay, keep reading.
Had arrived on 11 ships and settled in Boston, which only served to accelerate the brutality against the Indians.
To do what?
Accelerate the brutality against the Indians.
You understand? They accelerated it. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to be holier, right? You know what I'm saying? How are you holier and you're bringing more brutality? Keep reading.
In one incident in 1637, a force of white.
Let me scroll to the next page for him.
I don't count.
Go ahead.
In one incident in 1637, a force of white settlers, a force of whites trapped and killed some 700 Pequot Indians, mostly women, children, and the elderly, who had gathered for their annual green corn festival near the.
Stop. Does anybody know what the Green Corn Festival is? Can you take a guess? Support.
Salakia, if I may, is it the Feast of Dedication?
No.
Okay.
I'll give you another guess. Go ahead.
Feast of First Fruits?
No. Support.
Passover.
Give that brother a hand. You understand? So the Green Corn Festival is when green corn happens. When do things turn green? When?
Spring.
You understand? Passover is in the month of Abab. You understand? Which literally translates to green ears of corn. Oh, let that sink in. These white settlers killed 700 women, children, and elderly that were gathered for Passover. Good night. And you know what this day was called? Read.
Their annual Green Corn Festival near the mouth of the Mystic River.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, the governor of Massachusetts Bay Colony declared a day of Thanksgiving.
A day of what?
Thanksgiving.
A day of what?
Thanksgiving.
You understand? So the mass murder of your people on the highest of high holy days, Passover, was the first Thanksgiving in America, man.
The white man is the devil.
The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You understand? They killed seven. It ain't over. It ain't over. This is just the first one. You understand? Let me show you. We about to tell you how evil it got. You understand? And I'll be damned if I celebrate Thanksgiving and piss on the grave of my great great grandmother Susanna Woodward and my great grandfather Bradley Woodward, who were Choctaw. You understand? Mobila Choctaw Native Americans. You understand? Under the Mississippian chiefdom. I'll be damned, Doc. Read.
A day of Thanksgiving, because 700 unarmed men, women, and children have been murdered.
Armed?
Unarmed.
Armed?
Unarmed.
Armed?
Unarmed.
You understand? They were defenseless, You understand? Because you don't bring weapons into a high holy day. You're not, technically, it ain't even no shamar. It's supposed to be a family reunion. Pretty much. It's a party. Everybody got their guard down. They celebrated a new year. Because that's what Passover is. It's the new year. You understand? And it is the highest of high holy days. They murdered 700 Pequot Native Americans, women, children, and elderly. The men were out hunting. You understand? Bringing meats in for the rest of the festival, for the feast day. They basically committed mass genocide on a tribe. They almost white. I'm getting ahead of myself because it's gonna tell you. This was the first day of Thanksgiving. There were many more after that. Read.
This event marked the first actual Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
In just 10 years, 12,000 whites had invaded New England. And as their numbers grew, they pressed for all-out extermination of the Indian.
Mm-hmm.
Euro disease had reduced the population of the Massachusetts nation from over 24,000 to less than 750.
Now, peep this. Now, there's an old saying that black people say, and it's derived from this moment. They say the pilgrims gave us the Bible when we put our heads down to pray. We had the land, but when we opened our eyes, they had the land. You understand what I'm saying? So when the Puritans came, it said how many of them was it?
Puritans came in just 10 years.
No. When the Puritans came in 1630, the new group at the very top, what does it say? What was their number?
700.
They had 700. Okay. Now, in a span of 10 years, they grew to 12,000. And the Native Americans went from 24,000 to 750 in this region. The Pequot Native Americans went from 24,000 to 750. They were dwindled down to the number of when the Puritans came out. They committed mass genocide and wiped out a tribe. Read.
Meanwhile, the number of European settlers in Massachusetts.
Let's go to the next page so you can keep reading.
Okay, I'm there.
Go ahead.
Rose to more than 20,000 by 1646.
So it switched. The Native Americans went from 24,000 to 750, and the Puritans went from 700 to 20,000. That sounds like extermination to me. But hey, it's just Thanksgiving, right? Gobble, gobble, gobble. Go ahead, support.
It's like, if I may, and then it just makes me so mad when I see the the commercials or the witchcraft on TV, making it seem like it's just so jolly and so sweet, and they know the origins of this day, and just like you mentioned earlier, Hosea 4:6, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. But it seems like if you even bring these facts out to them, it seems like they love that day so much.
You know what they're gonna say to you, support?
What's that?
Oh, that was back then. That was way back then, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why you trying to dampen the mood, man? You being a buzzkill. You being a party pooper. You know what I'm saying? We don't celebrate Thanksgiving for that. We celebrate Thanksgiving because we thankful to be able to be with our family. Satan don't give a damn if he gets you on a technicality or if he catch you all the way out of bounds. It don't matter. Sin is sin. How dare you celebrate the mass murder? How dare you have a feast on a day that has been dedicated in celebration of mass genocide of your people? Even if let's just say the Native Americans weren't your people, but they are. Why would you celebrate a holiday that's shrouded in murder? That's what Thanksgiving is about.
Murder.
Because that's how Esau gets it, remember? By the sword. That's how he takes the fatness of the earth. He became the native to America by taking out 24,000, dwindling them to 750, and increasing his numbers from 700 to 20,000. Everywhere that he went in America, every state that he quote unquote made, he wiped out the indigenous people or dwindled their numbers down to a meager number from thousands to hundreds and increased his number from hundreds to thousands. That's diabolical. That's maniacal. That is malevolent, malicious. Keep reading.
In Slovakia, by 1675, Massachusetts Englishmen were in a full-scale war with the great Indian chief of Wampanoags. Metacomet, renamed King Philip by the white man, Metacomet watched the steady erosion of the lifestyle and culture of his people as European imposed laws and values engulfed them.
You understand? That's what's happened. That's what's happening now. When Sapar asks, Salaki, so I just don't understand. Like we bringing out the truth, and like our people won't accept it. It's because of what it said. It's an erosion of our lifestyle. It's an erosion of our culture. You understand? To the point to where if like Hispanics ain't from they ain't from Spain or Portugal, but they speak Spanish and Portuguese. They mad when they go in Walmart. Let me just show you how wicked and evil the white man is. You understand? All of us have been relegated to slaves and our native tongue taken from us and given the tongue of our oppressors. You feel me? But when a Hispanic and his family, one of our Latino brothers, and Latina sisters go in Walmart, a Karen will be like, "Hey, you're in America, speak English. How dare you speak so I can't understand you? I should be able to know everything that you're saying, just in case you're plotting and planning." It's ingrained in them. They're Puritans. You understand what I'm saying? And their job was the erosion of our lifestyle and culture. So, Paul, we don't have no lifestyle. We don't have no culture. I mean, hell, when we tried to create one, when we created the blues, they invaded that. When we created jazz, they invaded that. When we created folk music, they invaded that. When we created rock and roll and pop, they invaded that. When we created hip hop, they invaded that, Sapar.
Right.
Hip hop today is not what it was created to be. It is an erosion of our culture and lifestyle.
Right.
Go ahead, Sapar.
So like if I may say, it just seemed for us to, us dwelling in this deculturalized society, our only way, our only hope is to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Because this is our original culture. All right?
Right.
This is our original culture. This is our salvation. You understand? There is no salvation without the Lord. All right? You understand? We are a nation that is forgotten. forgotten so much that the white man didn't forgot who we are, or pretends like he forgot who we are. See, the uproar with Kyrie isn't about the DVD. It's about his platform and his propensity to spread the truth. That's why he got railroaded and relegated like he did. It wasn't about it because Shaq showed it in his movie theater. He showed the movie in his movie theater. You want to know why Shaq didn't get smacked on the wrist? It's because that's one movie theater and it wasn't, publicized, and maybe a handful of people saw it. But Kyrie is the starting guard for the Brooklyn Nets. He has 17.5 million followers. All he did was tweet a picture. You damn Skippy. Everybody went and looked up what that picture was. And that's the reason why brothers in the school is getting phone calls, text messages, and DMs of people apologizing, saying, man, you know what? We owe y'all an apology, man. Y'all been saying this. You know what I'm saying? But no, y'all wanted to embarrass us, call us liars and all of that in public. No. Don't apologize in private. You understand? And call me a liar in public. No. The same way you call me out in public, apologize in public. You understand what I'm saying? Because you try and dehumanize us and defame our character when all we've done is just tell you that you're the children of the Most High God. Right. But it takes an athlete. It takes a rapper to tell you this for you to believe. Good night. I mean, our people are exactly what the Bible said. We are a stiff-necked people, Sapar.
Sawdust children, like the scriptures say.
Exactly, brother. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to it, Yakabad. You were in the second paragraph by 1675. So the top of it is you got it? All right, go ahead.
By 1675, the Massachusetts Englishmen were in full-scale war with the great Indian chief of the Wampanoags, Metacomet, renamed King Philip by the white man. Metacomet watched the steady erosion of their life, of the lifestyle and culture of his people as European imposed laws and values engulfed them.
Keep reading. When Captain Benjamin Church
tracked down and murdered Metacomet in 1676, his body was quartered and parts were left for the wolves.
You understand? Do y'all know what that means? For a body to be quartered, you know what that means? Go ahead, Sabar.
Like if I may say, that means for the body to be dismembered.
Yes, it means for the body to be your arms is hacked off. You understand? Your legs is hacked off. Your John Brown hind parts is hacked off. Your head is hacked off. And 9 times out of 10, they send the part in your torso. They send the parts of your body to your people as warnings, or they put the parts of your body up on spikes as a warning. You understand? This is the first public lynching, man.
Mm.
The first public lynching is Thanksgiving. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead. Go. Keep. You had something you wanted to add, support?
Come, sir.
Go ahead.
And for all this brutality, and for them to see that our people was so peaceful and so loving, and for them to bring this type of hate and brutality on our people, should the white man deserve everything that he get when YAHANNA comes.
Give that brother a hand, man. Give that brother a hand. You understand? But support, the most important thing, what's changed? Our people still love the white man. You understand? They still love his culture. They still love everything about him. You understand? They love his world. You understand? They love his women. You understand? They love his culture. You understand? Because like it said here, ours was eroded. And our culture was taken from us, all right? You understand? This is what you fighting against. You fighting against 500 years of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans thinking that this America is their culture. You understand? Let's go, Yakabat.
The great Indian chief hands were cut off and sent to Boston, and his head sent to Plymouth, where it was set upon a pole on the real first day of public Thanksgiving.
Say it again,
On the real first day of public Thanksgiving.
Keep reading.
For the beginning of revenge upon the enemy.
You understand? So they already had one Thanksgiving, but the real beginning public celebration from Boston, Massachusetts down to Plymouth Rock, you understand, is when they carved up one of your chiefs. You know what a chief is? That's a general. So imagine them carving up Commanding General YAHANNA and sending each one of his limbs to the original 13 colonies. That started Thanksgiving. Or better yet, our King Christ. You understand? They carve him up like a turkey. That's what the turkey represents. That's why you carve it up. And you give different sections of the turkey to your people. It represents the sacrifice of your people, the chief of the Wampanoags. You understand? Because they carved that boy up like a Thanksgiving turkey and sent a piece of him. You understand? From Boston, Massachusetts, down to Plymouth Rock. Every settlement had a piece of him. That's what that Thanksgiving turkey represents. Like Christ said, you know what I'm saying? When you eat this bread, it's my body broken for you. You understand? That turkey, it represents the chief of the Wampanoags, man. That was carved up. That fought because he didn't want to see the erosion of his people's culture and lifestyle. He died and they carved him up like a turkey, man. Read.
As the Native American Holocaust continued.
Hold on. As the Native American
Holocaust continued.
You understand? As the Native American Holocaust. You want to talk about Germany? You understand? You want to talk about what the Jewish man happened to him in World War II? What about what happened to the Native Americans here, man? But the white man isn't anti-Semitic. He's an anti-Semitic. You understand what I'm saying? And we are a Shemitic people by definition. Go ahead, Yakubad.
Since we are Shemitic people, wouldn't that make every crime that's been done against us an anti-Semitic crime?
Exactly. You understand? Sandra Bland, anti-Semitic. Philando Castile, anti-Semitic. George Floyd, anti-Semitic. Alton Sterling, anti-Semitic. Trayvon Martin, anti-Semitic. You understand what I'm saying? We are prisoners of wars, Akim and Akwathium. For those that don't know what that means brothers and sisters. We are prisoners of war. And the only salvation we have is when our king comes back. But until then, we have to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. And it starts right here. Do not celebrate Thanksgiving, man. It is a malicious and malevolent, unholy day. If you don't know what that means, it means great evil, wicked. Read.
Several official Thanksgiving days were proclaimed. Governor Joseph Dudley declared in 1704 a general Thanksgiving, not in celebration of the brotherhood of men, but for God's infinite goodness to extend his favor in defeating and disappointing the expectations of the enemy. Indians against us, and the good success given us against them.
Stop. Listen, every time it was a war party that killed Native Americans, they had a Thanksgiving celebration, man. You understand? Every time they had a war party that went out and killed Native Americans, they had a Thanksgiving celebration. And watch what it's about to say. It's about to get real. You understand? It is about to get real. Read it. Go ahead. Keep reading.
By delivering so many of them into our hands.
Mm-hmm.
Just 2 years later, one could reap a 50 reward in Massachusetts for a scalp of an Indian demonstrating.
For what?
For a scalp of an Indian demonstrating.
Keep reading,
that the practice of scalping was European.
It was a European what? It was a European tradition. You got it? It's the one that got the picture. It looked like a yeah.
European tradition. Okay. Cant, European tradition. According to one scholar, hunting redskins became a popular.
Hunting what?
Hunting redskins.
Hunting what?
Redskins.
Hunting what?
Redskins became a popular sport in New England.
A popular sport where?
In New England.
So now you understand why you had the Washington Redskins and the New England Patriots. And guess what? Each time the New England Patriots went up against the Washington Redskins, they beat them. To represent what they did. Now, I would like to believe, because of the information that we've been bringing out continuously, that it forced the Washington Redskins to change their name. Now they're the Commanders. You understand what I'm saying? It was a popular sport. Scalping did not come from the Native Americans. It came from the Europeans. Now, the reason why they gave it to the Native Americans is because we're a righteous, holy people. You understand? One of our laws is an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You take one of ours, we'll take two of yours. So if you scalp one of ours, we're going to scalp every single one of yours. You see how they flip it? Because your whole life growing up, when you would watch cowboy and Indian films, Western films, you understand? They would always show the Native American doing the scalping and make the settlers look all innocent. But in actuality, it's in reverse. Because remember, this is history, his story. So he can tell his story however he wants to. He's actually the murderer. And he made himself look innocent. But the chickens are coming home to roost out. Keep reading.
Especially since prisoners were worth good money.
Mm-hmm.
Keep
reading. The Hidden History of Massachusetts.
The Hidden History of Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
A Guide for Black Folks by Dr. Tingba Apada.
Now, peep this. The Hidden History of Massachusetts, a guide for Black folks. Message.
Don't go to Massachusetts.
Damn right, support. Keep reading out.
At the end of that conflict, most of New England Indians were either exterminated. Either exterminated or made refugees among the French in Canada.
You understand? They were either exterminated off the Puritan and Pilgrim land, or they were refugees, i.e. reservations, in Canada, in French land. So that means they either went south to Louisiana, which the French own, or to Canada that the French own. Because the French were the Indians of the English settlers. You understand? That's why when you watch movies like one of my favorite movies, Last of the Mohicans, which when I came with you, it made me so upset watching that movie because the quote unquote last Mohican was a white man. No, that's Dancing with Wolves. That's a whole nother situation. You know what I'm saying? They was the last of the Mohicans. They was dancing with wolves. They was the last samurai. They was the gods of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? They called themselves Ben-Hur. You know what I'm saying? A Israelite. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, come on, man. Keep reading.
Or they were sold into slavery in the Carolinas.
They were what?
Sold into slavery in the Carolinas.
Come on now.
By the Puritans.
Come on now. Come on now. We know how they got down in North and South Carolina. A lot of y'all brothers think y'all Judah, but a lot of y'all Gad and Reuben. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? If your family roots is in North, South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, 9 times out of 10, you're probably Gad or Reuben. Just gonna be honest with you. Just gonna keep it $150. You know what I'm saying? You said, well,
I said I'm probably Reuben because a lot of my family from Mississippi.
I'm brother. My people are the Mobila Choctaw under the Mississippian chieftain. You know what I'm saying? The Mississippian chieftain. So I mean, what that tell you? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the truth is the truth. We ain't doing no fairy tales over here. Keep reading.
So successful was these early trade in Indian slaves that several Puritan ship owners in Boston began the practice of raiding the ivory coast of Africa for black slaves to sell to proprietary colonies of the South.
Keep reading.
Thus founding the American-based slave trade.
Keep reading.
The killings began more and more frenzied, with days of Thanksgiving feasts being held after each successful massacre.
After each successful what?
Massacre.
You know what I'm saying? Each time they went on a war party and killed your ancestors, they threw a party. They threw a feast. It was Thanksgiving. We carving them up just like we did Chief Wampanoag. They are committing mass genocide. Go ahead, support.
Salaka, sir, if I may do the Thanksgiving, like do it have like a original origin, just like Christmas do? Like we know
you reading it. You reading the original origin.
Well, I mean, like from the European continent, like for example, like
No,
did it really come from the Romans?
This was invented in America.
Okay.
You are reading the origins of Thanksgiving. This don't go back to Babylon. You know what I'm saying? This don't go back to Rome. This don't go back to Egypt. This was invented in America. This is a celebration of the mass murder of your ancestors. And every time they did it, they had a party. They had a feast. They threw down. Because you know how they throw down for Thanksgiving, right? Be a huge feast. Everybody be tipsy and merry, having a good old time, right?
It's like watching the Lions and the Packers on TV.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? To eat that 6-legged turkey.
Even that's it.
You know what I'm saying? That's a Durkin. Keep reading. I see you infuriated. Yakubad. I'm mad too, brother. Every time I read this year after year, it infuriates me.
With days of Thanksgiving feasts being held after each successful massacre, George Washington finally suggested that only one day of Thanksgiving per year be set aside instead of celebrating each and every massacre.
You know what that means? They was killing niggas so much. George was like, all right, now look, we can't shut everything down every time. So we kill Native Americans. So what we gonna do is we gonna put aside one day to celebrate all the mass murder that we've done for the entire year, and we gonna party like we never partied before. Let's find out what day that is. Read.
Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving Day to be a legal national holiday during the Civil War. On the same day, he ordered troops to march against the starving Sioux Nation. Sioux Nation in Minnesota.
You understand? So they made it a national holiday, just like they made it the first great day when they went up against a great Indian nation. This national holiday that they celebrate, it is a direct spit in the face of your ancestors. It is a direct kick to the nuts of your ancestors. They like what they did to them, they did to you. They hung them and carved up their bodies, cut off the toes, the feet, the hands, the legs, the head, the arms, and your genitals, and had them as tokens. They've been doing this since they got here, and they've been doing it to the same people since they got here. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the same people. Have you heard of a lynching of an African in America? Have you heard of a lynching of a Chinese man in America? Have you heard of the lynching of a Japanese man in America? How about the French? How about the East Indian or the Russian, the Belgium, the Germans, the Irish? You understand? You know, the Irish like to say, you know, well, we were indentured servants too. But were you lynched and your John Brown hind parts cut off? No. They only did that to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans because we are the same people. Like the writings are on the wall. It's literally in front of your face. Keep reading. Yes.
So how and why this contemporary mix of myth and history about the first Thanksgiving at Plymouth developed, according to Chuck Larson, a teacher.
Chuck Larson.
Yeah, Chuck Larson, a teacher and Native American. It developed in 1890s and earlier, in early 1900s. Our country was desperately trying to pull together its many diverse people into a common national identity.
And what more will bring our people together than mass murder? Celebration of mass murder. Keep reading.
This was the era of the melting pot.
The era of the what?
Melting pot. Theory of social progress and public education was a major tool for social unity.
Mm-hmm.
It was with this in mind that the federal government declared that the last Thursday in November as the legal holiday of Thanksgiving in 1898.
You understand? So there you have it. You understand? There you have it. You understand? This Thursday, which is the last Thursday in November, is the national holiday of all the mass murder of your ancestors. You understand? I ain't met a black person or Hispanic person that don't got Native American in their family. I'll wait. That's like I don't understand why people wear crosses. It's like, well, it's a symbol of our Lord and Savior. Oh, okay, so if I killed your grandmother with an AK-47, would you wear a gold AK-47 piece and chain around your neck? See how stupid that sounds? So you think when Christ comes back and he see you wearing a cross, you think that's gonna make him happy? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? He gon' the laser beam eyes. You feel me? Like, that's stupid to me. Like, I be telling my mama that all the time. She got all these crosses in the house. Like, so mama, you think the Jesus, Jesus your man, mama. You know what I'm saying? Your Lord and Savior. You mean to tell me you think when he comes back and he see all these crosses in your house that cross around your neck, you think that's gonna make him happy? You know what they're gonna say? Well, he know my heart. No. The scripture says the heart is deceitful above all things. Come on, support. That boy been reading. That boy been reading, man. One body, baby. One body. All right, let's get back to it.
Today, the town of Plymouth Rock has a Thanksgiving ceremony each year in remembrance of the first Thanksgiving.
Like, brother, like they have a reenactment every year of the mass murder of the Wampanoags, man. Like, do you understand how diabolical that is, bro? Come on, man. Read.
There are still Wampanoag people living in Massachusetts.
Bro, okay. So look, Pete. So Paul, where your family from? Just give me one main place your family from. Where your family from? New Iberia, Louisiana. That ain't that far from Opelousas and Kankatoa, where my people from. My mama's side. You know what I'm saying? My daddy's side from Alabama. My mama's side, her roots in Kankatoa, Louisiana, outside of Opelousas, not that far from New Iberia. You know what I'm saying? So imagine, you understand, the French celebrating. They have a parade every year about the mass murder of the New Iberians. How would that make you feel? You know what I'm saying? This is why they gotta die. This is why, and I know for some of you new people, you know, there's that sounds either. Why did why do they have to die? Because the scripture says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. This is the patience and faith of the saints." That's the only recompense. That what was done to us is done to them. That is the only recompense. That's the only way you know that justice will be served. If the Most High doesn't do that, he's not a just God. That's what you got to understand. People always be like, why y'all so angry? Because you niggas is celebrating Thanksgiving. That's why I'm angry. I almost dropped the F-bomb. I promise I did. Like, my blood is boiling right now. What they did, what they perfected with the so-called Negro in America, they practiced with the Native Americans. Your ancestors, because I guarantee you look far enough in your family line, it ain't even really that far. It might be, for me, it's 3 generations. I mean, technically, that's the head of my family, so everybody that comes from that male line, I mean, we Native Americans. So, I'm angry. Every time I go to work and I finish up doing an install or a trouble call at a customer's house, and before I close the door, happy Thanksgiving, I cringe. I want to go off. You understand what I'm saying? Keep reading.
they asked one of them to speak at the ceremony to mark the 350th anniversary of the Pilgrim's arrival. Frank B. James, the president of the Federal Eastern Indian League, prepared a speech, but he was not allowed to deliver it.
But he was what?
Not allowed to deliver it.
You understand? The same way, you understand, Kanye was hushed. Same way Kyrie was hushed. How you think we gonna let you tell everybody the truth? Because if you tell them who they are, they'll know who we are. And if they know who we are, they know what has to be done. He that leadeth in the captivity must go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. This is the patient and faith of the saints. Ain't that written in Revelation, support? That's Revelations 13, 9, and 10. I quote that scripture in the mirror in the morning just to make my teeth white. It makes me happy. It puts a smile on my face before I skip out the door of my threshold to slave. And to hear an oppressor, a colonizer, tell me happy Thanksgiving. Every time he said, I say, he that leadeth in the captivity, he'd be like, what you say? Oh, nothing. You understand? Matter of fact, I encourage all y'all. Every time somebody say happy Thanksgiving, you just say Revelations 13, 9, and 10. What you say? Oh, nothing. You know what I'm saying? He that have an ear, let him hear. Ain't that what it says, Sapar? Matter of fact, go ahead and read it for me one time.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9.
Salakia. So sis Stephanie Rowan said, what do you mean by that? Quantify your question when you what do you mean by what do I mean by that? Just clarify, write your question out in a complete thought and I'll answer it, sis. Go ahead. Oh, that's Stephon. My bad, Stephon. What do you say? Shoot, I mean, yeah. We's all over. That's one of the things I'm gonna buy from school, and I'm gonna hang it right here. I'm gonna hang all the from Canada to South America, all the tribes and how it was carved up. I'm gonna hang that up here in the school. You know what I'm saying? That's the next thing I'm gonna get up here for the school. Salakia stuff fun. My bad, brother. But yeah, quantify what when you said he said the verse you just said. He about to read it right now. Go ahead and read it, Sapar.
Sir, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Uh-huh.
Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Mm-hmm.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
You understand? And last time I checked, according to Psalms 144, the saints are the children of Israel. You understand? The reason why it says this is the patience and faith of the saints is because the one thing that's on all of our minds is how long, Lord? How long do we have to suffer in the conditions that we live in? How long do we have to work 12 to 18 hour shifts just to afford Burger King? I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Yakubai. You understand? You work 12 to 18 hour shifts just to eat at Jack and the Crack. You understand? That's why I say that scripture, because it gives me faith. It gives me hope that the same slavery and oppression that I and my people have had to go through, the same mass murder that I've had to witness on national television of my people, is coming to a nation near you. So when I see Ukraine and Russia going at it, Kwam Yashala. You know what I'm saying? When I hear North Korea threatening nuclear attack, Kwam Yashala. When I hear the Middle East about to get involved, I'm like how Amalek said in the scriptures, raise it, burn it to the ground. We don't want no water. Let that mother burn. You know what I'm saying? Burn it all down. Because through those ashes, like a phoenix, our empire shall rise. Let's get back to it. Read, brother.
That was it, sir.
Oh, that's the last part of it? Shoot. I mean, we right here at the tail end right here. You know what I'm saying? So, like my dad used to tell me after I used to get my butt whipped as a child, what have we learned? Thanksgiving is mass murder. To celebrate it is to celebrate the massacre and mass murder of your ancestors. Anyone that celebrates Thanksgiving is disgusting to me. It breaks my heart when I see y'all carving up that turkey. I think of my great-grandmother. I think of my great-great-grandfather. You should think of your ancestors. Because you're literally being thankful for their massacre. You're being thankful for the erosion of your culture and your lifestyle. You're being thankful for the loss of your native tongue. You are being thankful for the loss of your nationality. You're being thankful for the loss of your God, your power. Why would you be thankful for that? Because you get a day off from oppression? My boss called me and asked me, did I want to work on Thanksgiving? I said, you damn right. I don't have no words. Every time around this year, it makes me angry. You know, and talk to my family year after year. At this point, 7 years, and it's like you still don't get it. But they always hit you with that was so long ago. It really wasn't. I said my great, so that's me, my mother, grandmother, and my mother's grandmother or my dad's grandmother Then I said, great-grandmother. So that's my dad and my mom's great-grandmother. They were alive. You saw your great-grandmother just like I did. You get what I'm saying? My grandmother, my dad's mother, saw every conflict in America except for the Civil War. She was born in 1902. She saw every single American conflict except for the Civil War. My grandmother. We talking 4 generations. That's not a long time. You literally saw the person that went through this, that was told that they're not a Native American, that they're colored, they're black, they're mulatto, they're Negro, they're an octoroon, they're a nectaroon. You know what I'm saying? You saw that person that lived through that, the erosion of their culture, of their lifestyle. Go ahead, Sapar.
And Salakia, sir, if I may, it's such a heavy point. You say it seemed like all these bywords that they used to call us, like mulatto, colored, seem like those are the predecessor to all the terms that they have now. Like for example, like they use cisgender, bigender, all this
Right.
different gender names that they come out with.
All it is to distract you and confuse you. Where is the nation of Negro? Where is the nation of colored? Where is the nation of African American? Where is the nation of Afro American? Where is the nation of indigenous? Where is the nation of Moor? It's not Morocco. It's not. These are all bywords. Just like Ethiopian means black, burn face. Moor comes from the Latin word Mauritian, which means black. It's just another word to call you a nigga. It's time to wake up, man. Like, it's time to take accountability for your actions, and it starts with Thanksgiving. Say, this year we not doing this. And I know why. If you don't understand, let me tell you why I'm standing not to celebrate Thanksgiving. That's the first step. To separate yourself. Ain't that what it says, Support? Come out of her, my people. Right. So you be not partakers of her plagues. It's time to be Kodash, holy in the Hebrew. What that mean, Yaqubah?
Holy in the Hebrew.
What do it mean? What does it mean to be holy?
To be set apart. Separate.
To be separate. You understand? Just like Christ don't want to see you rocking the cross, I'm pretty sure your great-grandmother, you know what I'm saying, or your great-grandfather, or your great-great-great-grandma, they don't want to see you celebrating Thanksgiving. A lot of our ancestors decided to stay and took on the name black or colored because they refused to move from their tribal land. They refused to go on the Trail of Tears and be relegated to a reservation, and their family for generations have lived on that land. So instead of leave, they changed their so-called pedigree, and instead of owners, they became workers. This is what happens when you give a helping hand to a white man. Know thy enemy. Because I'm going to tell you, I got more respect from our enemy because I know who I am and the way that I carry myself. See, they don't respect Uncle Tom. They don't, because they can just run over him. They respect a man that's austere that you just can't handle any kind of way, because you can't handle them any kind of way. You understand? And with that, we're gonna turn the class over to Trooper Yakubad. You know what I'm saying? He gonna read the announcements. Sapar, turn the camera. You know what I'm saying? He gonna read the security announcements, and we gonna get up out of here. There you go. Mm-hmm.
We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here they are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry, tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Malachi 8, it's like Malachi 3:8-10, which means 10th in the Hebrew, Masharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priests, non-mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, feast of dedication, HaKanukah, 25th day of the 9th month by space of 8 days, December 17th, 2022. First Maccabees 4:52-61. Remind Akim and Akwa to check the bulletin board for any upcoming holy convocations and cookouts. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, and headband or scarf. These are the security announcements.
All right, and with that, we're gonna say Amagium, which means to stand. Sar, which means to turn. We're gonna face the east. And wherever you are, if you at home, you're gonna turn and face the east in your home. All right. The reason why we do this is so the Lord can hear our prayer. All right. We're gonna do the Lord's Prayer first. And if you need understanding on where that is, that's in 1 Kings chapter 8. Read 26-50 to understand why we turn and face east while we pray. All right. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer first in Hebrew, then in English. Repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawah, Hayah, Bashamayim, Natalanawa, Lacham, Call, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawat Nawa, Wala'ah, Tabia Ayanawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'Allah, Wahata Para, La'awalamyam, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sar, turn the face in front. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Individual, by the Shabbat, Bajim, Ra, how about Shimmy Al Shah Brakatah? Got the top, Sar, turn the face sisters, individual, by the Shabbat, Bajim, Ra, Yahweh Shemar Tha by Shimmy Al Shah. Got the top, dismiss.